to the monthly Learn to Earn Active World Team call. Super excited to have you all on this evening. My name is Laura Meister, President's team member here in Minneapolis, and we've got a jam-packed agenda, so I'm going to tell you right off the bat, grab a pen and paper if you don't have one, because there's a lot of great notes you're going to want to take. And I won't take any more time from the next two I'm going to bring up because they're amazing and they've got a lot to fill your ears with. So I'm going to bring up 30K Senior Executive President's team members, Amber and Jason Wick.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi guys.
Okay, excited to be on tonight, the December 14th Active World Team and Above call.
Welcome.
Oh, I just love all of the, you guys, we can see everybody else here like cheering. Okay, so we have an awesome agenda tonight. We're passing it to 3-4 different people with 3 or 4 different topics. Yep. Didn't Wickster do a great job, you guys, with all of the other
my gadgets.
Gadgets.
You can mail my gadgets. I'll give you my address.
Widget, gadget, something. Okay. So if you guys were on the last call, that's what we're talking about. So this is what we're going to do tonight. Jason and I are going to do a little bit of role playing, and it's kind of like the what not to do, okay, or what to do for this new step-by-step mentor worksheet. So if you guys go to getstarted247.com, and on the upper left-hand side, you're going to see like 3 horizontal green bars. When you click on those, you'll see a section called Recruiting and Team Building. Maybe I should walk you guys through this, huh? Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's share screen and just share screen. Okay, here we go. Let's go to, okay. Brooke, Laura, can I get a thumbs up? Can you guys see screen? Okay, perfect. Thanks, you guys. Okay, let's log in. Okay, join us at the Learn to Earn Success Weekend Workshop. Excited to see you all there. We enter the training site. Up here, upper left-hand side, you're going to see 3 horizontal green bars. When you click on those, oh, you get a spinning wheel. Okay, when you click on those, you get a screen that looks like this. And if you go to Recruiting and Team Building, scroll down to the bottom. And then right there, use the mentor outline as you work with your new coach for the step-by-step worksheet. So we launched this a week or 2 ago, and it is so awesome. But Jason and I realized we had a training here locally
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and we realized it's really something that we probably should train on. So if I click on this download file, this is what pops up, is the step-by-step mentor outline. And we're finding that people are using this in a few different ways, meaning you could print one off for every person that you're coaching through the process. So if I'm a coach and I'm coaching Jason, which I am tonight, Wickster.
Thank you. I need all the help I can get.
Okay, so I'm going to be coaching Jason tonight. So I could have one for every person that I'm coaching. Okay, write his name on there. Or what I've chosen to do is I'm going to have just one, and then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to print off the step-by-step worksheet that Jason also prints off in step 1. And then when Jason tells me what he has documented in that worksheet, then I'm also going to write another worksheet for myself. So either way, whatever works for you guys is great. This is what we noticed though. And why we want to train on this is, you guys, this is a system where imagine you guys have somebody that started on a lean and fit, and within 3, 4, 5 days, they're sending you referrals. And then within a week, they've got 2 or 3 people that they sent you referrals. It might even happen faster than this. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know those people that I sent you referrals, can I coach them? So this is a system where, like, we're finding, guys, that if people want to start coaching, they can start coaching within 4, 7, 14 days because people are seeing their results, they're posting on social media, their friends and family are asking, and they are receiving referrals. So imagine now you guys have a 35%er and they're coaching a brand new 25%er, and maybe they've been in the business for 7, 10, 14 days. Okay, so in order to help your brand new 35%er be effective at coaching their brand new members, we want to set them up effectively on how to use this worksheet, which might mean, you and I were talking about this last night, Jay, maybe it means that you actually help the brand new 35%er with their 25%er for the first 3, 4, 5 times that they're bringing coaches through. That might be an option to model for them. So, okay, this is what we found in our training. It was 2 weeks ago. Do you just want to set it up, what we found, and why we talked to the group about maybe coaching on this tonight?
Exactly. 2 weeks ago, approximately, we had a training, and what we did is that we wanted to role play this section and basically do what we're going to do here in a minute here. And what we did is that our participants had this sheet, and we said, okay, just use the sheet, ask us the questions, and have a conversation for us. And what we found is that using the step-by-step mentor outline, and let's go to step 1, call review, they were really having a difficult time following the lines and reading step by step. They were having a hard time having a conversation.
They were being robotic.
So it was very systematic, meaning exactly, robotic, program me, and there was no communication value to it. So you could really see where if that continued and they were really doing that type of mentoring, that the mentoring level would certainly maybe dip a little bit.
Or
not exist.
Not exist. Okay. So I'm going to coach Jason, you guys. This is the what not to do example. Okay. So you guys can see the step-by-step mentor outline. You can see step 1. Okay. So I am going to act as though Jason is through step 1. He's printed off his step-by-step worksheet. Now I have this mentor outline in front of me, and I'm able to use the mentor outline to walk Jason through his step-by-step worksheet and step 1 to see if he's completed step 1 and if he has any questions before moving on to step 2. Sound good, Jay?
Sounds great.
Okay, the what not to do example. Okay, hey Jace, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm great. Okay, so let's go through step 1. Were you able to print the step-by-step worksheet?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So then you see that the part at the top, it says STS, LDW, extravaganza, dates and locations. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so all you need to do is go to herbalifeevents.com, and that's where all the information is going to be for those events. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, so the dates for the next Learn to Earn, that's January 30th and 31st.
Okay.
Okay, and you get registered at getregistered247.com, so you want to make sure you go there and get your tickets.
Okay.
Okay, so goal sheet, did you review that?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good. And you're clear on your why, you understand what you want?
Crystal.
Okay, awesome, great. Okay, so did you watch the startups options video?
I did.
Okay, awesome. Which startup option did you choose?
I'm going to start up with the 500.
Okay, awesome. And when are you going to place that?
I'm thinking about maybe next week.
Okay, great. So, there's that sheet on there that tells you exactly what to order and how to order it. And just make sure to get your 3-day trial packs and the extra lean and fits. So it'll be 3 lean and fits in that 500-point order.
Okay.
Okay, so good job. Okay. And then I just want you to know that I know your 10 packs are going to be coming in, but steps 4 through 8 are going to walk you through the process of getting your 10 packs out. So don't worry about that yet because we're on step 1 here.
Okay.
Okay, and then this growth goals sheet, okay, the 25%, 35%, 42, and 50%. So what level on the marketing plan are you thinking you want to be on? 35, 42, or 50?
42.
42, okay, good. And that's 20 packs out. Mm-hmm. So how long do you think you'd like to take to get to your 20 packs out?
3 months.
3 months, okay, so that's like 7 packs a month, great. Okay, so sounds great. Ready for step 2?
I am.
Okay, great. Okay, so who did the talking there? Yeah, Amber, okay. So when we did this, we were like, so are you guys like just interested in checking off the list with your brand new member, or do you actually like want to have a conversation? Do you want to know what their why is? Do you have you guys ever, so when we heard our team do this, it was adorable, but I was like, have you guys ever been to herbalifeevents.com? Like the extravaganza's on there, the President's Team Vacation is on there, Future President's Team Retreat is on there, STSs are on there, LDWs are on there. I'm like, it's kind of a big site for a brand new 25%er. So just like, yeah, go to herbalifeevents.com, it's all on there, just write it down. Okay, so there is a fine line between empowering them to be an independent distributor to find the information on their own, yet at the same time, Jason and I just were like, okay, we really have to be clear that we are providing them enough information on exactly where to go. Okay, so let's just shift gears, and I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna go through the whole step 1, you guys, but you're gonna feel a little bit more like a conversation between Jason and I on this next one. So let me do this. Okay. I am going to get one thing ready for me for this, you guys. Okay, so let's do this. Hi, Jace, how are you?
I'm great.
Okay, so were you able to print the step-by-step worksheet?
I was.
Okay, great. I have one here as well. So what I'm going to be doing is I ask you questions and walk you through the worksheet. Okay, I'm also just going to document your notes so that you and I are always on the same page about where you are in your progress.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. So do you see that box at the top that has the events, STS, LDW extravaganza?
Yep.
Okay, let me just give you where the next STSs, LDWs, and extravaganzas are, the dates.
Okay.
Okay, so the next STS is going to be, write this down, it's January 16th in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Okay, and the website is www.ibouhtmyticket.com. Okay, got it? Okay. The next LDW, so I'm going to give him the dates, okay? The extravaganza, Jason, is going to be July 20th. That's in Atlanta. So I know that it's a few months off, it's 7 months off, but let's just go ahead and write all the dates down for the next events. And then as we go through the 10 steps, I'll just help you prioritize what events are the most important for you to get to.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, but definitely this one right here, which is called Learn to Earn. Okay, the dates for that event, and that is our 10-step system. So that is a training that's very much focused on the 3-day travel pack system. This website gets started 247. So that is going to be definitely a priority for you to get to. So let's write that down. That's January 30th and 31st in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And there were some people that were getting tickets from Pensacola, and some people were getting tickets on Southwest from Jacksonville for like $109 each way. So just know that there is a group of us from the area going, and it's really reasonable to get plane tickets to head up there too.
Good.
Okay, the website is getregistered247. Whoa, I just clicked right on that. Getregistered247.com. Okay, so that is where you can go to get your ticket. Right now it's $110 until 1 week before the event. So we'll want you to maybe get that before like January 23rd or so.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, so now the goal sheet. Were you able to print the goal sheet off?
I was.
Okay, so let's do this. There's a few questions on the goal sheet. And one of them is, what is it about doing the business? Like, why are you interested in creating an income in the business?
Time freedom.
Time freedom. Okay, good. Like, how much time are you, like, what do you do for a living right now that you're interested in creating some time freedom?
Truck driver.
Truck driver, how much do you work?
80 hours a week.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. So with that said, then, how much time do you think you'll be able to put into building your business?
Around the truck stops, probably 5 to 10 hours a week, maybe.
Okay. And what do you think your short-term income goal is?
Sure would like to make an extra $500 a month.
Okay, awesome. And then within 12 months, how much money would you like to be making?
Boy, I'd like to at least $1,200.
$1,200 within 12 months. Okay. Yeah, I think with some hard work and dedication, you are likely to make that happen. Okay, so let's look at the startup options video. That was that video with Marie Smith. Were you able to watch that?
I did.
Okay, and there was a few different startup options in there. There was 3 of them. Which startup option do you think would be best for you?
The 500.
Okay, the 500. Okay, that's option 2. So when are you thinking about being able to place that order?
Now that we're talking, maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so did you want to do that together, or you feel confident? There's a sheet on there. Do you feel confident doing that on your own, or would you like some support there?
Probably need a little support. I'm not tech savvy.
Okay, that's all right. I knew that about you, truck driver Jason. No worries, okay?
Yeah.
So, good. So, let's set up a time here when we close out step 1 so you and I can get on the computer together. Okay, and then I can show you exactly where on my life to go. There's that sheet down there that shows the SKU numbers, so let's make sure we have that in front of us.
Very good.
Okay, so we'll get the 3 lean fits, the 10-pack, and so all the SKU numbers will be set, but I'll just help walk you through myherbalife.com.
Okay.
So I think the first few times that website has got a lot of really awesome information on it, but let's help focus you on ordering the 500-point order, the option 2 order tomorrow, okay?
Great.
I think that's a great option too. So you have your 10 packs out. We talk about 10, 5, 1. So for every 10 packs you get out, it's likely that you get around 5 lean fits. And with the 500-point order, you're going to have 3 lean fits already. So it'll be great for your first 3 retail customers that you already have that product on hand. I think that's a really super smart option.
Great.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there, you guys. Do you get the
difference? Okay,
do you get the difference? Okay, so one is like, I just want to get through it and I want to work it all off like a checklist.
Done.
And sometimes like some things that are super familiar to us, like herbalifeevents.com, or what is your why? How many hours do you want to work a week? And how much money do you want to make? You guys, I mean, if we've been in the business, you guys are all active world and above. And if we've been in the business, a year, 2 years and beyond, some of that is so second nature to us, but it really helps for us, you guys, to build a relationship and like cultivate a bond with this brand new person that we really dig in a little bit deeper and have the conversation so we really get to know them and what they want and how we can support them. And
I'll just share this one thing is that this is really a time where you're building those relationships with your coaches. So this is where you really know their why, what makes them cry, what makes them get up. So this is where the sheet that you can really dig for that information and build that bond.
Okay, and then lastly, guys, it's the second bullet from the bottom. It says, discuss growth goals sheet to set the pace for the packs and the clients per month. So that's the one, I just let them choose. It's the 35%, 42%, or 50%, and I say, what level in the marketing plat, looks like a good place for you? Oftentimes they say 50%. Say, great, that's 50 packs out. You can do that in anywhere between 1 and 12 months. How many months would you like to get your 50 packs out? And then we'll get you locked into the 50% supervisor position. Mm-hmm. If they say, you guys, 35%, great, that's approximately 10 packs out. 10 packs in 1 month at the 35% position. Do you think it's likely that you could get 10 packs out this month? So we could attempt to get you locked into 35% this month. So you ask them the question and let them respond, and then you just let them know approximately how long it's going to take to get that many packs out to get them into that position.
Great.
But it is a conversation, you guys, versus a bullet point checklist. Okay, and if that means that you are, like if I have a brand new coach and that coach just sponsored a coach, okay, because Kurt O'Connell, Chairman's Club member, used to teach Jason and I that if I sponsor someone and start teaching them, that's not necessarily duplication. When they teach somebody else, so it'd actually be mine, Jason's second line, that's duplication. So in order for the process for Jason and I to duplicate, it's like how many times might I have to groom or model for or mentor the brand new coach to help their new coach through the process with this step-by-step worksheet. So that's what we have for that.
Yep.
Laura, can I turn it back over to you so you can turn it over to the next? Oh, I see who it is. Okay, go ahead, Laura.
Me? Oh. Great. Okay, good. So thank you, Amber and Jason. Appreciate that. I've had some experience myself using that mentoring worksheet, and I love it. So thank you for some of the clarification over there. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. 20K Executive President's team member, Brooke Irwin.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, MJ, that was great. I love it, love it, love it. Love the conversation, too. And also the fine line between, not giving everyone, oh my gosh, Leslie, you're hilarious. Not enabling them, right? But giving them enough information so they feel supported. I feel like that's a line where people really have to balance on. So brilliant. Okay, so over the last few weeks, you guys, we've been collecting some information and reaching out to many of you about the Monday night call, the one that Jason just hosted. And, is it helpful for you? And what do you love about it? And maybe what things would you like to see kind of evolve or enhance? And we've gotten some really, really great feedback from many of you. So thank you so much for all of you who had some input on that. And in talking about that, since I think right before Denver, right, is when we started these Monday night calls, we've talked about a lot of different topics, and we've had a lot of us on here and several of you guys as panelists from all over the world, which has been really, really cool. And what we're seeing, especially coming out of Denver now, is you guys are utilizing the system, you're getting results, and what we want to do as we roll into 2016 is really have some of you on the call to help facilitate and lead the Monday night Zooms so that your team can hear from you, your community can see you on the call, the rest of the leaders around the world can learn from you and see really what you have going on that they could maybe take back into their community and implement as well. So we're really looking for those of you who have, and there's many of you, right, who have 10-5-1 results. You found one wellness coach and you're walking them through the 10 steps using the sheets that Amber and Jason just went through. Truly have taken on the 10-5-1R system, leading from the front. And not only that, you guys, but you have the gauges to back it up. You're using your pack tracker, track packer, whatever. I always say that backwards. Pack tracker, You got it. You know the steps, right? And you have your gauges. Like I just talked to a girl today, and she knew exactly how many packs she's had out since Denver, exactly how many HMPs, how many lean and fits, how many of those HMPs have become coaches, and how many of them are client members. She knew exactly what her profit was since coming out of Denver. I mean, it was brilliant. And it's such a great way. We always talk about these gauge systems, these sheets that you have to track this stuff is nothing other than just railroad tracks for your team to follow you on. So really what we're going to do is, if you haven't started to track that information, please do, so that we can get you on these calls. We can get you up on panels in Minnesota at the Learn to Earn, because we want to hear from all of you, right? And as we move forward into the new year, we're going to invite some of you on the call to share that information, to maybe even partner train and lead the calls and bring your own team on the call to be recognized, and maybe partner train with one of us, and then turn the call over to you guys and let's hear from you and hear what you have going on, okay? So make sure you're tracking your results, talking to your upline mentor and say, hey, this is what's going on in my community that's really working. What do you guys have going on? And we can share back and forth so we can get these really great ideas on Monday night every week for you guys to hear, so that as this is expanding across the world, right, we can hear from people. Leslie gets on the phone and she shows, this is what they're doing in Australia, this is what they're doing in the Netherlands, right, and this is what we're doing in Minnesota, and this is what's happening in Colorado, and all over the place. And that's how we can really share ideas and take this system, the 1051R system, to the next level. So we're looking forward to hearing you guys on the Monday night calls as we roll into 2016, and hearing all of you on panels in Minnesota at the Learn to Earn. So cool. We'll be in contact with you guys to talk about your results. All right. So with that said, oh gosh, with that said, I'm going to keep rolling on here, and I'm going to turn the call over to Sandra Smith. Right, Sandra, are you there? Oh, I think you're muting.
Yes, I am here. Sorry about that. And awesome job, Brooke. Thank you so much. And what I'm going to talk about is this amazing flip book. And if I could see all of you, I'm sure I would see everybody cheering wildly, because, guys, this flip book is a game changer. And we're really excited to bring to you an opportunity for everyone to participate in the flip book in terms of like telling your story. So I'm going to walk you through something new that's been added to Get Started 247. And yeah, I can screen share. Here we go. And so we're going to go back into getstarted247.com, and just like Amber showed you up here in the top corner, these 3 horizontal lines, if you click on this, the section we're going to go to now is down here in resources. And right across the top, once this opens, you'll see the first thing here, photo waiver and directions. And guys, this is where you can get all the details about exactly how to submit your stories and what to submit. And I'm going to open the directions sheet here really quick so you can see it. And you'll see that it's got really everything that you need. But let's talk about a couple of these points really quick. So the first thing is, we're going to work to keep this as fresh as possible. So we want to continually update this with what's currently going on in our market with our friends and our community right here, right now. And so you'll notice inside we have several, oh, you know what, shoot, I'm screen sharing. Hold on, let me stop that. And so you'll notice in the flip book that we have several stories about product results, just page after page of product results, men, women, young and fit, older and not so fit, getting fit, a whole variety of stories in there to share with that. And then also towards the back, we have some income possibilities and some stories to share on that. So in the sheet, in Get Started 247, we have instructions and requests for submitting your before and after product results photos. And let's talk about those really quick for a moment. Some of the very important requirements are that the photos need to be submitted separately. And what that means is sending in, send them all together, but send one photo that is your before photo, one photo that's your after photo, and then your it's not the disclaimer, is it the crud? I just lost the word. But the release form that's listed there also, all that should be in one email. And and it's also important that you don't run your photos through any filters or add words on them or put pretty flowers or anything like that on them. So just the photo. So you take your before photo and you take that, you put that in the email, you take your after photo, you attach that, and the release form, and you send all of that in together. And let's also talk about appropriate attire for before and after photos. And I'm just going to come right out and say, number one, underwear is never an appropriate garment for a public photo. period. And what our goal is with this is definitely to show the results for the work that you've done, but never to be inappropriate. So you want to have photos that you would be comfortable showing to Leslie Stanford, that you would be comfortable showing to your grandmother and to your children and your kids' friends that come over. So they need to be appropriate. So what would that be? So for ladies, some appropriate attire might be things like, you know, athletic pants that you would wear to a gym, a co-ed gym, and a sports bra. You know, it's no problem to show the abs, but let's not get the pants down really low, gentlemen. Let's have, you know, shorts that cover everything that is intended to be covered in public. But you know what? If you've worked hard for the results that you've gotten, and if abs is a part of your story, then show your abs, but let's leave it at the abs, okay? And so for ladies, you know, a sports bra and athletic pants might be appropriate. Also, just a t-shirt and shorts might be fantastic. For gentlemen, you know, shorts and no shirt is okay, preferably a tank top or, you know, a modest shirt would be great. Speedos, probably not. And I'm going to say no. I don't mean probably not. I mean no. And then, you know, when you have, like with the shorts, especially if you have no shirt, guys, make sure that, you know, I know that V is it's a thing that people work to get, but we don't need to show it in this type of a photo. So have your shorts pulled up to an appropriate length. And then really have fun with your photos. If you can plan ahead, then do that. If you can plan ahead and take a before photo in one position, and then in your after photo, try to stand in a similar way. You know, try to stand in a similar place. Try to stand with a similar background. Also pay attention to your background when you're taking the picture, meaning, you know, a lot of times we get started and we're excited to start and we just want to check it off and get that photo for our coach. And we forget that we have our dirty socks on the floor, you know, when we take the picture in the mirror. So work to find a clean background, you know, a clear wall. If you have a small place and you don't really have a big wall that you can get in front of, it's no problem. Close a door, stand, you know, in front of a closed door. Really, outside photos are awesome because the lighting is great, so you can stand against the outer wall of a home. You know, then you've got the lovely grass in the, well, if you're in an area that has grass when you're taking your before photos. But work on, you know, work to keep the lighting similar and a clear background as much as possible so that you feel really good about using that photo and there's not a lot of distractions around you in the photo. It's really about the results that you're getting. Moving on to income testimonials. When you submit your income testimonials, the photo should be with you holding one of the 3-day trials. Okay, and that's important because it's part of our 3-day trial process. So a picture of you holding your 3-day trial, or a picture of like you and your spouse or you and your kid, you know, holding the 3-day trial. And then also along with that, make sure that you do still send the release form and send in your total income from last month, as well as your 3-day trial pack income. So, you know, what part of that income comes just from working this 3-day trial system? And that comes from some of the tracking that Brooke kind of touched on a moment ago as well. And again, guys, make sure that you do submit the release form. No photos can be chosen or printed without the release form attached. And you can send those to flipbookresults@gmail.com. And so I think that's all that I have. So Laura, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sandra. Okay, I'm really excited to do this piece. And this is a couple of things to note about the Learn to Earn coming up. So I am going to share my screen, and it's going to take me a moment, so bear with me. Can I get a thumbs up from Wicks, Kerwin, and Smith? Do you see it? Wicks, Kerwin, and Smith, because we're all now on a last name basis with each other. So here's what we're doing. We're going to talk a little bit about what is happening at Learn to Earn and why does it matter to you guys. So step one of this whole conversation is get your ticket. And I'm going to say to you guys, I don't feel like I need to talk a whole lot about this. I'm talking to the leaders in the group. So in order to lead with integrity, we purchase first. It's just the way it is. It's the name of the game. Active World Team and above, you know that. So ticket prices right now are $110. You guys heard that. And here's what you get. You get training, you get a manual, you get dinner, and you get a party. And all of those are really great. But here's why it really matters to you guys. And this is something I want to let sink in because it really made the difference for me in my business. And I bet if you talk to the leaders that I'm going to be speaking about throughout this part, they'll agree as well. So it matters, first of all, because in order to grow, you need to surround yourself with people who see a bigger vision than you. We do awesome jobs in our community. Many of us are the leaders in our community. We maybe have one more leader with us. But to be able to be with people who have some of the things available to them, access points I'm going to speak about, in order to be able to grow, surrounding yourselves with these types of people is really instrumental. Second of all, the people you and your team get to hang out with are so worth it. So yeah, you get to go to the training and learn the information, and that's great. But who are you going to be sitting next to? The manual is awesome. Who are you going to be able to write down quotes that they're saying in the manual because you're going to be hearing them speak to you from stage? Dinner, who are you surrounding yourself with at dinner? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you splitting a cheesecake with? And the party, you guys, I know the party's fun and we always promote the party as the big sapphire thing. Here's the deal to know though. It's like the big, when I say sapphire, like the partier deal. Being able to go to that party and talk with the people who've been on stage for a day and a half, that's what matters. That's the important piece. That's really where you get the nuggets at your level in the marketing plan that change your business. So really, really important for you guys to know and think about. It's an amazing lineup of people. So this is what I thought I'd do. Here's my goal for tonight. I have 4 bullet points per person, or distributorship, I should say. I have their profession before Herbalife, their desire to do Herbalife, now what, that they're in Herbalife, and how many years have they been here. So your job is twofold tonight with this information. Number 1, write down keywords that you could use to bridge somebody. So let me give you an example. Leslie Stanford was a dental hygienist before she did Herbalife. So if you know somebody in that field, that might be a keyword for you to write down, okay? I also want you guys to write down names of people you think of as we talk about each person. So I want you to be creating a list as we speak without judgment. If I say college art student and you know somebody who's in college and or an art student, write down their name. So that's your goal for tonight. So let's talk a little bit first. Sam and Amy Hendricks. So profession, they were college art students, you guys. Desire, wanted a business so they could start a family and be home with kids. I actually remember when Sam and Amy got started in the business, we were living in Duluth, Minnesota, which is a city built on a hill. And at the bottom of that hill is the largest Great Lake in the world, Lake Superior. And they were going to do this business of scooters in Duluth, Minnesota. And they decided after coming to an Herbalife opportunity meeting to instead invest themselves into Herbalife. And what it has done for them has been really amazing, you guys. So then now what? They do this business together. They have 2 beautiful little boys. They have a home on a lake. And they see every sunset and every sunrise with their kids, which has been their intention, you guys, from day one. Really, they were able to create that with Herbalife. 7 years in this business. You're going to get to talk to both of them. They're going to be on stage talking to you about how they built this business. Next, we have myself. My profession, I owned a massage studio. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. Being a self-employed business owner was a little lonely for me. And now what? Married with a spouse who does not do business in Herbalife. I have Herba family all over the world, and I'm able to contribute to the community in a way I would not have access to without Herbalife. Years in business, 9. Brooke Kerwin is another individual you're going to get to hang out with and talk with and hear on stage. She was an athletic trainer. Her desire is to be financially independent and travel with family to see the world. You guys, I remember these guys before they were making money in Herbalife. And Brooke's desire, she said once at an Herbalife opportunity meeting, was to be able to go to the movies and buy popcorn. Like that was a really big deal to be able to have just a little bit of extra money like that. Now what? Brooke's married with a new little baby, beautiful home on the lake. She's able to now build a career around her family, and she travels the world. She's a leader in Herbalife North America because of this company and the opportunity that we have. Years in business, 10. Amber and Jason Wick, you guys heard from them tonight. Profession, they were both engineers. Actually, Amber also was a pharmaceutical rep after that, so if you guys know any pharmaceutical reps. Their desire, they were tied to their work phone when they were engineers. They wanted to be able to start a family and really be present parents, go on vacation and not have to answer calls. Now what? They do the business together. They have a new baby boy. They're living on an ocean in a gorgeous home. They have time and financial freedom to do whatever they desire with their new family. Years in business, 13. We're racking up some experience here, you guys. When you add all these years together. I put Amber and Jason twice. Very important. Maurice and Sandra Smith. So profession, Maurice was a factory worker, you guys. Sandra was a stay-at-home mom doing odd jobs. She was doing daycare, laundry for people. She was a house cleaner. Her desire was to be able to prove, this says prove, it's supposed to say provide, financially for their children and each other. They had 2 little kids at home. Now what? Created a dream lifestyle around raising their kids. Now their children are in business and they want to be. How many of you know family businesses where the kids dread and don't know how to tell their parents they don't want to do what their parents spent their lives trying to build up for them? These guys want to be in the business. It's a family business now. They're able to make decisions not solely based on finances. What a crazy opportunity. Years in business, 18 this February. Then we have Leslie Stanford. Profession, immigrant and dental hygienist is what I wrote for profession. Desire, she needed to make money to survive. If you guys have heard her story, she could not afford food or rent. She knew she had to make cash immediately, and Herbalife gave her the opportunity to do so. Now what? Global leader in Herbalife. She's married with a spouse and children. None of her family do the business with her. She's one of the most humble, powerful, and authentic leaders in the company. And I put on her here, she's also funny and good looking. And if you guys know Leslie Stanford, you know that's true. Years in business, she wanted me to point this out. This month, December, 35, I see all the leaders clapping. So first of all, 35 years in business in a company that'll be 36 years old in February is incredible, if that doesn't speak loyalty. Also, she got started in the month of December, and that kind of rings to me because I also got started in the month of December. I've always said serious people start in December. So just because it's December 14th doesn't mean you need to stop talking to people until New Year's Day. This is where we have people looking. They're tight on money. They're looking for an opportunity. Okay, and then we've got, you guys, Jane Clark, which this is so crazy amazing. Jane was a financial advisor. She was looking for a business opportunity. She created this 3-day trial system and started a tidal wave that she's now bringing to teach us here in the United States. Years in business, I wrote a lot because I don't know. So I'm sure I could have asked Leslie, but I didn't. But bear with me there. Lots and lots. So in closing, $110 for all of that. For all of that experience, which is well over 100 years when you add it up together. All of the ability to hang out with people who are just like you. Someone in there probably resonated with some part of who you are or who you want to become. $110 for 2.5 days with those people. So when you're speaking to your team about the opportunity of attending Learn to Earn, make sure you're coming from the posture of what the value really is for this. And I want you to think, this is kind of how I thought I would end with a little exercise. Where would you be right now if someone hadn't offered you the opportunity to take a look? Like, really think about that. I think of Sam and Amy in the scooter. I think of Brooke in the movies. I think of Amber and Jason having children and never seeing them. Sandra and Maurice, who knows where their family would be, where their marriage would be, if Leslie would be in the United States. Like, really, truly, I know it's kind of funny, but when you think about it, where would you be right now if someone hadn't offered you that? We have a system. 3-day trial system is not just for people who are going to quit their job and jump in full-time. It's part-time and full-time people. They can really create an income possibility that will transform their lives. I'm going to get this wrong, so I'm not going to call it a statistic, but I've heard before something like $500 a month will save a house from going into bankruptcy for a lot of people. It saves marriages. It creates opportunities for people they never thought possible. So just keep that in mind and tap into where you would have been if not for Herbalife, and use that to motivate you to ask the people you just wrote down on your list. You have a gift for them. It's not your job to judge. It's just your job to ask. And I know sometimes we get really scared to ask, and it's not going to kill you if they say no, but imagine what might happen if they say yes. It's a really powerful opportunity we have coming up here. So that's what I have, and I'm looking at all my messages, and Leslie's informed me I spelled her name wrong, so I apologize about that, but she did say she's been called a lot worse. So that's just kind of a little banter that we have as leadership. I got to tell you, it's the funnest group of people I've had the opportunity of building something with. I've been in one wave in Herbalife, and to be able to be in a leadership position now with these people, I pay $110 a day to hang out with them, really. So $110 for 2.5 days, pretty freaking awesome. Leslie's holding her hand out because she would like that money. So from that bantering and from that foundation of humor and authenticity and real people just being goofballs and offering opportunity to others, I'm excited to see you all there. And I'm excited to see the people that you also bring so that we can all impact one another, because that's what this company is all about. I'll end with Jim Rohn. All of us need each of us, and each of us need all of us. So that's what we have for you tonight. Get your tickets. Get registered, 247.com. See you all later. Bye.